The world keeps getting better when women make it a habit to fix each other's crowns and exclusively focus on picking up the broken pieces in the lives of other women. With great passion for women, children, and marriages, your hosts Ntwatwa Evelyn, Emma, Lorena, Diana D, Rhoda, and Lorita bring you the irresistible Woman to Woman reality talk show. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more about this eventful and exciting show. Woman to Woman reality talk show. You're welcome.
So let's look at the responsibilities, the roles. What are they that the fathers play in a home?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good question. You want to go first or I should?
Please go on.
I think that okay, it may sound rude, but there's a couple roles. There is provision is very key on many levels.
Yeah.
Physical well-being, spiritual well-being, emotional well-being. Leadership of a home is very stability, security, direction. You talked earlier, the word I liked, family identity. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is, we don't do this. I'll give you an example. We don't have maids at home, but we have a gentleman who comes in, who helps us. And as my household, there is this thing where sometimes we treat the people who help us as second-class citizens. Many stories coming from, different places. We call them names. We've told our children.
And they're the ones who have a lot of time more than you. Sure.
I'm present with my children.
No.
Okay, yes. Yes.
But you as a parent.
Exactly, yes.
The working parent.
Exactly, that's true.
Yes.
But even for the working parent, we can be able to find a way in which you are actually engaged with your children.
No, I'm talking about that. What you're talking about, the relationship.
Yes.
The names.
We call them names. And then we say this. I was talking about family identity. So one of the things we've done is the food we cook, all of us eat.
Yes.
Because there's this understanding that we have that in the sight of God, it doesn't matter. As long as you're a human being, we are of the same worth and the same value.
True.
So we will not allow our kids to call, the young man right now we have is called Barnett. Honor and respect him the same way you would honor and respect me. We're communicating value. The food we cook is for all of us. If I can't eat it, Barnett cannot eat it. And we teach in terms of family identity that let's prefer the other people around us better than. So my son, who is 11, and his job right now is to make sure that Barnett gets his breakfast as they get. One of the things we'll talk about later is I cook breakfast for my kids every day. They do school. Wow. So that's one way, a practical way to be involved. Look, you see, your children, Kati. Your hustle, your work, and so on that's on you. But you take the response, whether you are LOC chairman, whether you are like our guys here with the business of thank you guys by the way. Those are yours. But you're also a father. Your child does not have to. They could, but they don't have to understand all of these things. Okay? So we go outside, we hustle, we do X, Y, Z, but we still go back home, and because we've been out and do, does not excuse us from our involvement. And there's some real simple things that we can do. Real simple things. Teamwork with your wife at home. The team that we do. You say, for a child, it is not the big things that you do. It is the small things, but they are consistent. That's where we earn and gain trust. That's the currency. So even if you say, for example, for many of us, this generation, we are younger families. A man, a father, if your children are still able to be showered, if you can shower your children, oh my God, give them a bath. Oh, I know a friend of mine who does. My kids are a little older now, I don't. But when they were younger, because there's a small window. The first lady, Mohozi, whoever, does not get the opportunity to shower my kids, but I do. So that's one real simple thing. And even if you say Fridays or Saturdays, I will shower you guys, of course, when they're still able to be.
Allow me ask something, just right there. You said you term that as your responsibility as a father.
Yes.
But we here, we've had so many fathers say, But that is for a woman. That role or
Now,
that particular
you see,
for a woman.
that is typical. You see, we sat down with my wife, and so we homeschool our kids, and that's a commitment that we've made for a season, and say, you know what, our circumstances and whatnot, this is just what we want. Even when we met, that's one of the things before we got married. When I met my wife, that's some of the things that we talked about, and so some history there. But I sat down with my wife and was like, how can I be involved? Because the truth is, sometimes we are clueless. We don't know.
Yeah.
And it's not that we don't want to do it for many fathers. It's just we don't know how to. And a little prompting here and there will make us amazing dads, at the end of the day. Dixon, yeah. Just a little. And that is why I think we sharpen one another. So my wife sat down with me and said, you know what? I think one way I think you can, which is also very important, that, mommy should not be pulling down daddy in front of her children. No, in front of our kids, we must be one team at all times.
Yeah, true.
At all times. The moment you're joking with kids. But you're in government, then of no opposition. Whether it is noob or whatever, but I sat down with my wife and she said, and she gives me clues. She says, you know what? I think if you're able to, help these kids and just help me also. And I wake up, I start with the kids, and I have to take care of myself, then take care of their breakfast.
So meaning the wife has to be involved in supporting
exactly, because sometimes we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the other world, and
you don't
she's
have
like,
to assume.
no. And so for me, that led to, I started to do breakfast. I think it's been now 3 or 4 years. I do breakfast every day. Some days I miss, and
the men out there, did you copy?
And it's simple now, and then that led into I cook now, and I just actually found that I have a real passion in food, in meat, and so on. And when I cook, my kids, they look, so I'm sampling things, and it's also brought about business, out of that effort and stuff. But the thing is, there is ideas that we can be told in terms of. So I've talked about showers.
Yeah.
I've talked about fix a meal. By the way, even if you don't like to fix a meal, you can fix a cup of tea, you can serve, share a meal together.
Because these are things that they copy.
Exactly. And you see, the thing about food is that when children see a father, a husband, who is involved, forget the other areas, but directly in the area of food, because food is in the realm of it satisfies a need of hunger, nourishing. You win a lot of points in terms of the trust card. They know that this man is involved in solving.
He's not an ordinary one.
Exactly, because directly because usually it's mommy. It's usually mommy. So take some of the things, even if you do it once a week. The other one,
and we have seen even in the families, like where a dad comes back and then mommy's like, oh no, this food is for daddy, juice is for daddy. The young ones, just wait.
Yes.
But I'm just imagining how a dad would be like, no, this glass of juice, can we share it?
Exactly.
Like, they'll, that feeling of like, oh, okay, it's not only daddy alone who is cared.
Exactly. Of course, there's discipline.
Of course, I think when I was maybe heading to, but let me just chip in a bit.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
When I was going, what you're saying, because ladies like to keep that authority.
Yeah.
So my mother would say, "This is for what?" Actually, the same when I had finished campus and I'd gone back home, and he told me, "You know what? Because I'm the fifth one, we're 8 children. I'm the fifth one."
Wow. I can understand why you have a comma coming out of our shadows.
When my mother said, "This is for my husband. This is my firstborn is a boy.
Yeah.
This is for my what? For my firstborn." I said, "Okay, so where am I?" But that's a kind of leadership that it can come in. But one beautiful thing that we always look to when our dad would come a bit late, when he knew that we have already taken lunch. When the lunch was served, as long as they would keep him and he's coming to eat, all of us we are like 3 of us who grew up together as children, would come and sit with him.
Exactly.
Even if you have just finished eating and you're too full. Exactly. But when he comes back like this, you are assured that he's going to give you even the best piece of meat.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now those fond memories
of
then when I was 7, 8 years, they have never left my mind.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why he's saying that whatever you do,
Be intentional.
Be intentional.
And
In a practical way.
Yeah,
In a
and
practical
maybe
way.
to add on, what we need to do to know as fathers, we are the symbol of authority and epitome of leadership in our homes.
Yes.
That's why you see, you are the mom who is always with the child. You say, do this, and the child will not do it.
I wonder. Sometimes
Yes.
I'm like,
and for me, even if I don't say anything, but I just turn my eyes and I do like this, you say, child.
Getting in order, yes.
Yes.
my
comes
dad actually would imitate him so much. Like, he's going to come and be like, and then everyone will
He's locating where they are supposed to belong.
Exactly.
Not saying anything.
Yes, not saying
What
anything.
does it mean? That our roles as fathers, that we are the leaders of these families, of our children, of our families. And leadership is something that is not about authority only,
Yes.
but giving a vision.
Example and
You are the visionary bearer of this home. You got married to this lady, knowing where you want to take this lady. And you had a bigger picture of how your family should look like.
should have an idea.
Yes,
Of where
yes,
is my family?
yes,
Where
right.
should it
Yes.
be?
What should my family look like? How should it be? How am I going to make sure it's a family, a home of the Tumuramies?
Wow.
So it's unique from the other family. Doesn't matter whether the other family is better in their own way, but to me, my children are satisfied. For example, the car we drive, the food we eat, the house we sleep in. Are my children satisfied that even when they look at the other posh family more than mine, their hearts are contented? That comes from me, the father. So I like what Proverbs chapter 4 from verse 1 onwards, what Solomon was saying his children. He said, in verse 1, he said, I'm just going to paraphrase, my children, listen to the teaching, to the instruction of my words and to the teaching of your mother. But in verse 2, he says, I give you wisdom and learning. You get it's not that I'm giving you, no, I give you learning. And you know, learning is a process.
Yes.
It's guidance on a daily basis. Most of us as parents, we lack that. We don't want to teach our children in a way they should go on a regular basis. And the best teacher or the primary teacher in a child's life is a parent. And in this, the one who has the more authority is the father.
Sure.
Secondly, as fathers, we should be real priests to our children. Now, we talked about provision. And actually, you mentioned it the way I also always tell people that provision is not about providing basic needs.
Fathers, be like, I've given you food.
That's the question.
How much for your school fees?
That's what I know.
You ask your wife what I have been
That
giving
need
you.
is greater.
What's the point? Don't you have money? And children pay school fees. Now you think that is just provision, the financial, the best needs provision. But there's a point of emotional provision. Quality time with your children. Depositing in their what? Banks. Because tomorrow you want to withdraw, especially in the empty nest. You want to withdraw from that bank.
Why do you want to withdraw from where you did not
invest and deposit? So and the negative part of it we talked about in your bank account. What are you going to withdraw at that time? So that's why you see children will never call you. They will never. There's a family where I know where the children are with thee, but they don't come to check on their parents, and they are living in the neighborhood. But they say, because there's no connection. So that will come later. Actually, we are sowing a seed, remember. So what are we going to reap tomorrow when you don't? Yes. Then also as parents, when it comes to giving security, security is about building self-esteem and self-confidence in your children. It's not about putting a gate, a fence.
Please say that again.
It's about building your child's self-esteem and self-confidence. Not about putting a fence. And
father is home. We have this tendency of father is home, everything is sorted. Well, no thieves are going to break through. No, nothing. No one is going to attack me.
Just part of your physical presence at home.
Yes.
But when you're not at home, your children is at school and is being bullied. What kind of security is this child having around
the emotional security?
Yes. So that security comes with what you have imparted into, and instead this child saying, you know what, my child, this is how you should defend yourself when things like this is how you should go when you are there and this is happening. Do like this. You're telling your girl, if a boy says this, don't worry, because every time I come and say I love you, even those positive words,
Yeah.
it's part of security. Because when I come and say, my dear daughter, I love you so much, you mean the whole world to me.
I think
I am trying to make sure that when SP comes and tells my daughter that I love you, Maria will not say, oh wow, Maria will not melt. Because back home as a father,
I've heard these words.
yes,
So
so
used to
yeah,
it.
so
Yes.
my daughter would say thank you, and life goes on.
Yeah.
But when it's the first, because you have heard so many people say that for me, I fell in love with my boyfriend or with this person, or I got tempted because the person showed me extra care and love, especially when this person like appreciated. And against the husbands, I want to assure you, if we did not give those positive words of appreciation and encouragement to our wives, and they get back outside there in public, and this person was always close, especially in offices.
Yes.
This gentleman, even the cleaner, this male cleaner is saying, "Hey, madam, you're looking very smart today. Hey, madam, I like your hair.
I like your hair.
You know they talk. Madam. Soon, that emotional attachment will come in, and before you know it, you find it. Yes,
because these words of affirmation are very important.
Words are powerful, guys.
Yeah,
Words are powerful. They
very powerful. They make us what we are.
Yeah.
You know what? When you teach, for me, every day I remind my children that I'm proud of you, even when they do something wrong, especially class performance. We have what we are expecting, and you know that, and even we put some kind of benefits, not to bribe
when you
them
perform like this.
Yeah, but that's some kind of work. You know, you have to keep looking forward.
Yes.
But no, even when they fall short of that, I come and say it is okay. One thing I want to remind you: in all your your shortfalls, I am proud of you. And that's also part of security we're talking about.
Yeah.
So that the child emotionally is confident. So the child emotionally, like physically knows yes, but matters that is not around. But I know whatever I am doing, when he comes back, even when I come and I'm like, what? Then I come, okay, I say, okay, come and we talk.
Yeah.
I remember when I was growing up, I didn't grow up with my parents. When I grew up, there was my cousin sister who was older than me. And she would beat me. There were so many cousins in that family, but for specifically her, she would beat me. And after beating me when I was still a child, she would carry me. That thing, you know this fundamental. That's why they said, what you can, other things like what's beating you could have been able to recall when you were just beaten.
Yeah.
But the words you were told,
the words,
you have never forgotten them.
Yeah.
She would beat me,
they
and again carry me,
greater
and
impact in
yes,
one's life.
So when I have beaten you, and then she would never do it. But when she's carrying me on her laps, that would make a difference. Even this anger. So now, even when I am annoyed and I do something with my child, maybe sometimes you can spank. We are Africans.
I know.
We can spank it. But once now, every time I do it, I say, okay, you come back. And before I beat you, I first ask you, what did you do? And I explain to you why I'm going to beat you.
You find a way of.
Yes. I first explain, I don't just beat you for the sake of beating you. Because I want to, if I give you one, it should be knowing why. And even after that, I call you and we sit and we talk. Because I don't want you to remain angry.
But I think that is, okay, literally it's happening, but you know, way back in
Don't beat
Don't
beat the children.
You're not supposed to have that dialogue of like, you know, how would you...
Things have changed. Now it's really totally different, yeah.
But I think I just love the fact that you have broken down the major roles of a father. Provision and security. I think those are the main ones.
And leadership.
And leadership.
Yes.
And you have, you know, broken them down into, you know, various ways. And I think our viewers have really gotten the best of it.
The world keeps getting better when women make it a habit to fix each other's crowns and exclusively focus on picking up the broken pieces in the lives of other women. With great passion for women, children, and marriages. Your hosts, Ntwatwa Evelyn, Emma, Lorena, Diana D, Rhoda, and Lorita bring you the irresistible Woman to Woman reality talk show. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more about this eventful and exciting show. Woman to Woman reality talk show. You're welcome.